What's up? This is Vin Jemfe. Hope you're having a smashing day, and if you don't, then this video will hopefully cheer you up. Today, I wanted to do like a very short mobile version of my top 5 lenses. Now, I am hoping to do a longer and more extended edition of this video, but it takes time to make it really good. So this is just my short version. I really hope you enjoy it. This is my top 5 Micro Four Thirds lenses. But first, it's time for that intro. First of all, full disclaimer, I'm not a professional photographer. I'm not a professional camera anything, okay? I enjoy taking pictures. I enjoy making short movies. I'm a YouTuber, for crying out loud, So first of all, let me tell you about my camera, my equipment, so to speak. I am using the Panasonic G7. This is my weapon of choice. I really like this camera a lot. I like that it's very inexpensive. I used to own 2 of these actually once. So the first one that I want to mention is my number 5 pick. It's the one that I'm using right now. I use it a lot, like really a lot. This is the Lumix 25mm f1.7, and it's a really good lens. I really like it. I got the silver edition, and this is great for portrait shots, and I'm gonna show you a bit close up here. It looks like this. It's a very sharp lens. You get a nice, rich, creamy bokeh effect when you're using this lens. And I use it about, I'd say like 80% of my vlogging videos on this channel and other channels that I have. It's a really cool camera lens. And if there's anything I can complain about it is that it is very plasticky, and it has metal hinges on the inside. So that's good. I really like that. But outside it's like all plasticky. I don't like that. Now, what I really like about it is that the focus ring is really smooth. I can't actually show you how smooth it is, but you're just gonna have to take my word for it. It is smooth. And this is like the Panasonic version of the Canon's Nifty 50, the 50mm f1.8. And I gotta tell you that, this video, it's not gonna contain any photo samples or video samples, and I'm sorry about that. Again, I'm really hoping to make a longer and more extended version of this. This is just a quick tour of my top 5 lenses, okay? So I'm sorry about that, but I'm also planning to make like dedicated review videos on each of these lenses. So it's a really good lens, and I really recommend it. Next up, at number 4, I'm gonna go with this one. This is my Lumix 14-140 extended zoom. Very nice. Like, this one is really fancy. For zoom range, this is a great tourist lens. If I'm outdoors and I really don't know what I'm gonna shoot, then I really recommend using something like this. It has metal hinges, it's plastic and metal on the outside. It's on the, it's good build quality, I'd say. It has a switch to turn on IS, image stabilization, optical image stabilization. And it's really good. Compared to my 14-42, it's really good. And I really like it. It is rather sharp. It's expensive mostly because of the zoom range. But if you're thinking that you're gonna, it costs about, $400, $500. So if you're thinking you're gonna get like superior image quality, this is not the lens to get. This lens is for versatility only, I'd say. But I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not that it doesn't produce nice image quality, but there is some vignetting and there is a little bit of distortion, and it's f3.5 up to f5.6. So, you know, again, this is not like good for low light performance or to get nice bokeh, but it is versatile when you're shooting outside. And if you're gonna travel a lot with your camera, then this is definitely something that I would recommend getting. So that was number 4. Yeah. So number 3 is gonna be the Samyang 7.5mm fisheye lens. Now, I know a lot of people, they do not like fisheye lenses because they distort the image a lot. And, you know, I understand that. And this is not a lens for everything. I mean, you definitely don't do portrait shots for this. It's good for vlogging. I've noticed if you're outside and you don't have a lot of distance. So this is really good if you're in a tight spot. But mostly the thing that I recommend this lens for is that it's so much fun to use it. There's so much fun to film stuff and take pictures with it. And the image is actually very sharp. The only downside is it's manual focus only. Yeah, it's only manual focus, so that's kind of sad. But you sort of get the hang of it when you've played around with it for a few days. And there is also a manual f setting. It's f3.5 up to f22 and it's good. One thing that's a bit sad about this is that no filters in the world will fit this camera because it's circular shape, so it doesn't really work. So it's a fun lens to have. I really recommend it. I have a lot of fun with it. Really recommend it. It's rather cheap actually. As far as fisheye lenses go, it's really nice. Okay, my number 2 pick. That's gonna be tricky. Do you think you know which one it is? Well, it is actually the kit lens, the 14 to 42 millimeter, f3.5 to f5.6. There are a couple of reasons why I really recommend it and why I have it so high up. You know, it's number 2. This is my number 2 lens, and I'll tell you exactly why. This is something to do, you know, with what you use your lenses for. I mean, are you a vlogger? Do you make short videos? Do you know, make very artistic photos? It all depends on what you use it for. I can only tell you from my own experience why I use this much so frequently. Okay, first of all, the price, it's really cheap because it's a kit lens. So I'm not too worried about this. You know, I can toss it in the air and just play around with it. It has optical image stabilization, that's pretty good. Sharpness, this is something that a lot of people will be like surprised, but this one is very, very sharp actually. I mean, really sharp. And I think that when they design kit lenses, they make them pretty damn good because they want people to feel content with their cameras mostly, which are really expensive. But you know, it's plasticky all over. I mean, even the hinges on the inside are unfortunately plastic. I don't like that part. But it's small, low weight, it's versatile. I mean, 14 to 42. It's not so good for low light, but it's versatile. I mean, when I put this on this camera, it gets so small together, you know, and you have these big chunky lenses. It just feels like you're carrying something really heavy. And with this, you know, low weight, I mean, it makes a difference. If you're gonna, you know, take pictures all day, you know, the weight will do its work. So I really like it. Plus, I don't have to be worried if I drop this or if it gets stolen. It's a kit lens. It's very easily replaceable, you know? So that's why this is on my number 2, okay? And now we're gonna go to the winner, and I've actually put it in a nice Lumix case. And what I really like about Micro Four Thirds Panasonic Lumix lenses is that you usually get a very nice bag for your lens, and you always get like a really nice, damn it, I keep forgetting what it's called, but it's what you put on, it's a lens hood. Damn it, I can't believe why I'm always forgetting, but you always get a lens hood when you buy a Panasonic lens. So I really like that, really like it. Okay, enough talk, Vinny. I mean, obviously there's going to be more talk, but let's just find out which is your number one pick. Then here it is. This gemstone is my most expensive lens. It is that. It's too bad it is very expensive because I really, really like it. This little bad boy is the Panasonic Lumix Leica 15mm f1.7. This is my favorite lens in the world. I can say that my favorite lens in the world used to be the nifty 50 Canon 50mm, but now it is this one. Now it's expensive, costs like 500, and I remember that I waited a long time trying to decide if I should get it or not. Would it be worth the money? And the way I use these lenses, let me tell you, it's totally worth it for me. The main reason is because it's a wide lens and it shoots at f1.7, which means that, first of all, it can get very nice bokeh shots with a wide lens, which is almost unheard of. But the most important thing is that when I'm shooting like this, you know, indoors, and I want to get good image quality, not like with the iPhone 7, but that's more of a small sensor issue. You get really nice crispy image at f1.7. It's really remarkable how they managed to do this lens. Now it has a very nice focus ring. It has nice quiet autofocus mode, and there is a dedicated F ring, light ring, so to speak. It's all metal. All of it is metal. Hinges on the sides. It's really nice build quality. I cherish this lens a lot. Now, normally I'm very much against very expensive lenses, but this bad boy is really the lens that you want. So that's it. This was supposed to be my, short video. And again, I know people are gonna hate it, as they always do, that I did not have any kind of, samples, photo samples and video samples. But I want to tell you something about that whole thing. It's very, I think personally, it would have been also irresponsible of me to do that, because it's not about, let's say I go outside with all these lenses and I take a bunch of shots and videos, and then I just show you these shots and videos. It won't be representative, because first of all, I'd have to take the same shot with every camera and with every lens, to sort of demonstrate the sharpness and everything. And you have to have it like side by side, to really focus in on the sharpness. But also, sharpness is not everything. It's how you use it, how versatile they are. And they are used for different things. Like for my number 5 pick, the Lumix 25mm, I use this for portrait, to really frame what it is that I'm trying to take pictures of and get nice rich green bokeh. It has low f value. This isn't something that I use when I'm, touristing somewhere, because it has no image stabilization. It has very little versatility. So if I'm in a tight spot, I'm done. There's nothing I can do with this lens. But other than that, it's a really good lens, And so all these lenses can be used for different things, and that's kind of my point, Depending on what you use your lens for, there is no perfect lens out there, promise you. These are just lenses, You use each lens to the best of their ability. And some of these lenses are better than others at different things, okay? So, hopefully you enjoyed this little video. And hey, if you didn't like this video because I had no photos or videos, I'm really sorry about that. But please don't hit the dislike button because of that. I will make videos where I show pictures, samples, and everything. Just hit that subscribe button and I'll show you more of my little world here, So yeah.